What would you say are the things that you should really, really look out for as a first-time home buyer? The biggest nightmares, those kinds of things.
I think always get a home inspection. You just don't know what's going on with the house if you're new. Don't trust what your eyes tell you. Get an inspector. I think that's a good way to prevent a lot of that. Another thing I would say is, really make sure you have all your contingencies built into the contract. Have your due diligence, have your appraisal contingency, because a lot of these agents right now are going to try and get you to waive that. They're going to be like, hey, waive your due diligence period, buy it as is, waive your appraisal contingency. If it doesn't appraise, you're on the hook. And I think in a market like today where things may not appraise, if you don't have the money to cover the difference, you're going to probably either lose your earnest money deposit or, be out of a lot of cash to buy that house. So I think paperwork wise, just make sure you're doing it right. A good realtor should, understand those things. But, as far as the houses and everything like that, I would say if you're a first time home buyer, I said this multiple times, like I just put as little down as possible cash wise. Don't wait to save up 20%. Like that's just my opinion. It's how I got started. And, I think leverage is the greatest asset that real estate, gives you. And so if somebody can give me 97% and I only have to come up with 3, like to me, that's what makes real estate so great.
When you mentioned inspections, what I've always done, because I have been advising clients in the past to waive that appraisal, to waive that loan, and to waive the inspection. And it works really well.
Yep.
So what I've done instead is for the inspection, as soon as they see the house, as soon as they know they want to write an offer, we get an inspection done ahead of time so that by the time they write an offer, they know exactly what they're walking into. They know all the issues, and then they're able to go and write that offer without the inspection contingency. And then as far as the loan, usually what I've done is get the assurance from, and they have to be a really good buyer in certain situations where 100% they're getting a loan. It's just they got to go through the underwriting process. But in those specific situations, it's worth it, at least for those clients, to waive it all. Go in, they know exactly what they're walking into, and the seller gets that peace of mind that they know they have a done deal.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then here's their out, by the way. When the seller has to give their seller property questionnaire transfer disclosure statement, they could just say, oh, no, I don't like that. All right, now I'm going to back out from that. Now, they could always argue that, like, okay, no, you owe us. But I've never had that situation ever happen before. And that usually gives the buyer like a 5. Sometimes I will say a 3 to 7 day window where they could still back out if something were to happen.
Yeah, you can do that with the HOA package too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
So, yeah. And because that takes a lot of time
you have to order that. Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to get out of a contract. We've gotten out of contracts many of times. But I guess my point with it is that if you're a first time buyer, you don't know anything, like make sure you understand how you could potentially lose your earnest money deposit. But, if we waive everything on all of our deals because we know our number, like, yeah, we're buying this.
Yep.